courage. Nous ne pouvons promettre une seule chose. Nous ne céderons pas tant que le Cameroun ne sera pas libéré, afin que chacun puisse rentrer chez lui et dans sa vie. Mais surtout, nous ne nous reposerons pas tant qu'il n'y aura pas de justice pour tous ceux qui sont morts ou ont souffert aux mains du régime de Paul Biya. Excusez-moi. Hein. Voilà. Nous exprimons également notre solidarité aux populations des régions du Nord qui ont également été victimes de l'ineptie du régime de Biya. Boko Haram est la conséquence directe de l'échec du système du gouvernement de Biya. Mais au-delà de cela, nous sommes conscients du fait que le régime se cache derrière l'idée qu'il combat Boko Haram pour mener à bien des exécutions extrajudiciaires de civils innocents. Nos pensées vont à la femme et aux enfants massacrés par les militaires et aux nombreux rassemblés et exécutés sommairement. Nous exprimons également notre solidarité aux femmes qui ont été jugées en français et condamnées à mort alors qu'elles ne comprenaient pas la langue. Nous continuerons à nous battre pour leur liberté. Pour tous les Camerounais qui, au cours des 4 dernières décennies, ont souffert du chômage, de l'insécurité, du manque d'infrastructures, de la médiocrité des structures sanitaires et éducatives, il y a une chose dont nous ne pouvons pas souffrir. C'est du désespoir. Nous avons tous vu comment les Burkinabés, les Soudanais, les Maliens et d'autres Africains ont pris leur destin entre leurs mains et ont renversé leur dictateur. Cela nous dit que nous pouvons aussi le faire. Il est important de terminer cela en s'inspirant d'un homme qui s'est levé et a déclaré qu'être esclave n'était pas une option. Il a combattu et a gagné non seulement sa liberté, il a continué à se battre avec les autres pour obtenir la liberté pour eux. Frédéric Douglas a clairement indiqué que s'il n'y a pas de lutte, il n'y a pas de progrès. Ceux qui prétendent favoriser la liberté et déprécier l'agitation sont les hommes qui veulent des récoltes sans labourer le sol. Ils veulent de la pluie sans tonnerre et éclair. Ils veulent l'océan sans le terrible rugissement de ces nombreuses eaux. Cette lutte peut être morale ou physique, et elle peut être à la fois morale et physique, mais elle doit être une lutte. Le pouvoir ne concède rien sans une demande. Ça n'a jamais été fait et ça ne le sera jamais. Je cite, « Les hommes n'obtiennent peut-être pas tout ce qu'ils payent dans ce monde, mais ils doivent certainement payer pour tout ce qu'ils ont. Si jamais nous libérons des oppressions et des torts qui nous sont accumulés, nous devons payer pour leur suppression. Nous devons le faire par le travail, par la souffrance, par le sacrifice et le cas échéant, par notre vie et celle des autres. » C'est une citation. Si nous voulons changer le Cameroun, si nous voulons être libérés des structures oppressives que Biya et son gang ont conçues au fil des décennies, alors nous devons être tous prêts à en payer le prix. Nous pouvons ne pas obtenir tout ce que nous voulons pour mesurer les sacrifices consentis, mais une chose est claire, nous devons payer le prix de notre liberté. La liberté n'est jamais gratuite. Il y a un prix pour la liberté et c'est quelque chose que nous sommes tous prêts à payer. N'est-ce pas?
Yes. Oui.
Je peux vous confirmer une chose. L'engagement des membres de la base UK est incontestable et cela est confirmé par leur présence ici aujourd'hui contre toute
Yes. Yes. Yes.
La résilience des infatigables Amazones ici présentes, voilà, à être notre inspiration pour lutter pour un avenir meilleur. Nous pouvons et nous ferons du Cameroun un endroit meilleur. Oui. Cela commence par LQC Biya. Répétons ensemble, nous pourrons et nous ferons du Cameroun un endroit meilleur.
Nous pourrons et nous ferons du Cameroun un avenir meilleur.
Nous n'allons pas laisser nos combats d'aujourd'hui à nos enfants. Quelque chose que
Okay, today the 5th September 2020 in Birmingham. About 2 years ago, a number of activists and groups came together and decided that it was time to change and strategize a strategy on how to fight and bring down the dictatorial regime of Paul Biya. This new strategy was one that involved not only targeting the dictator and his close collaborators, but also naming, shaming, and calling to account all those who in one way or another offer support to the regime in exchange for material favor. The Brigade Anti-Sardina Badge was born. Within a tagline, courage and patronizing for a new Cameroon. It was from the very beginning an organization of courageous Cameroonian women and men whose undying love for their country meant they were ready to go an extra mile to free it from tyranny. Within a year, the BAS had 7 federations across the world, working in collaboration with each other to achieve the objective for which it was formed. The highlight of this collaboration was the successful repatriation of Paul Biya from Switzerland in 2019. Because of BAS, Biya has for the first time remained in Cameroon for many months, and BAS intends to make this a case within all his ministers and close collaborators. The reason is simple: they cannot destroy Cameroon, yet think it is justifiable for them to travel to other countries for health and leisure. In addition to the global success recorded by the BAS, the Brigade Anti-Sardina Badge in the United Kingdom has also carried out a wide range of action aimed at pressuring the regime in Cameroon to end the war in the north and southwest region, stop electoral fraud, release all political prisoners, and above all, liberate our country from the clutch of the demon in Italy. Among these, it is worth of mention that BAS has also successfully worked in collaboration with like-minded activists and groups for the greater good. A case in point is the successful collaboration with the West Cameroon Movement for Change, which saw over 3 million CFA raised and sent to the Aya Foundation. This was to ensure support for the refugee and internal displaced persons, and a direct response to all the call by Professor Maurice Campbell. For us to support the foundation, this move was followed by a 40-foot container of goods sent to the same foundation. We say thank you, West Cameroon Movement for Change UK. We say thank you, West Cameroon Movement for Change UK, for working with us to achieve this. So thank you everybody for all your support. In the areas of direct action, BAS UK successfully shut down the embassy in London, leading to Ambassador asking for the memorandum which he promised to send to Yaoundé. A response to the memo was eventually received, and given that it did not satisfy the condition set out by BAS UK. Further action were taken. This include numerous demonstrations at the embassy, the shutdown of a fake and shambolic church, even and most recently in collaboration within the Justice League UK. Bar's challenge of Maron during his visit to London. The action of Bar's UK was so daring that it received coverage from both local and international media. While we applaud all those who have in one way or another contribute to this action, we want to say categorically that we are far from achieving our goal, which remain the total and unconditional liberation of Cameroon. Suffice to say here that it was not being all planned sailing for Bars UK like any other activist organization fighting a brutal system. Bars has been assailed by many challenges. Those challenges have not defined us, rather that they have made us stronger. Today, as we are gathered here at this conference, we want to extend our solidarity to the people of the North, West, and Southwest region, who for the last 4 years have been suffering the worst onslaught from the Biya regime and its military. We extend our sympathy to the families who have lost their loved ones at the hands of the state, to those who are displaced or refugees. We tell you courage. We only promise one thing: we will not relent until Cameroon is liberated, so everyone can get back to their home and their lives. But most importantly, we will not rest until there is justice for all those who have either died or suffer at the hands of the Biya regime. We also extend our solidarity to the people of the North region, who have also been victims of the Biya regime. Ineptitude, Boko Haram, in the direct consequence of the failed system of government of Biya. But over the above that, we are conscious of the fact that the regime has been hidden behind the notion that it is fighting Boko Haram to carry out extrajudicial killing of innocent civilians. Our heart goes out to the women and children slaughtered by the military, and to the many who were rounded up and summarily executed. We also express our solidarity to the women who were tried in France and sentenced to death, whereas they did not understand the language. We will continue to fight for their freedom. To all Cameroonians who for the past 4 decades have suffered from joblessness, insecurity, lack of infrastructure, poor healthcare and education structure, there is one thing we cannot suffer from, that is hopelessness. We have all seen how Burkina Faso, Sudan, and Bilan and other Africans have taken their destiny in their hands and top their dictator. It tells us that we can also do it. Yes. It is important to the end, this by drawing inspiration from one man who stood up and declared that being a slave was not an option. He fought, gained not only his freedom, he went to fight with others to gain freedom for them. Frederick Douglass made it clear that if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom, yet deprecate agitation, are men who want crops without plugging up the ground. They won't remain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many water. This struggle may be moral. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, and it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power conceals nothing without a demand. Power conceals nothing without a demand. It never did, and it will never did. Men may not get all they pay for in this world, but they must certainly pay for all they yet get. If we ever get free from the oppression and wrong help upon us, we must pay for their removal. We must do this by labor, by suffering, by sacrifice, and if need be, by our lives and the lives of others. If we want to change Cameroon, if we want to be free from the oppressive structure Biya and his gang have built over the decade, then we must all be ready to pay the price. We may not get all that we want to measure the sacrifice made, but one thing is clear: we must pay a price for our freedom. Freedom is never free. There is a price for freedom, and that is something we all are willing to pay. I can confirm one thing to you: the commitment of BAS UK members is unquestionable. So thanks to everybody coming here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that is confirmed by their presence here today against all odds. The resilience of the indefeatable Amazons here present will continue to be our inspiration to fight for a better future. We can, and we will make Cameroon a better place.
Yes.
It starts within, kicking by Biya out.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Écoutez là, ça va être trop long.
Wow, c'est très long.
Les femmes.